the session goals for today of what I want you to be inspired by. I want you to really get your head around the definition and what is online reputation management, ORM. Tips for getting more Google reviews and maximizing your Google My Business. Let me know. Hit me in the chat. Is Google My Business something that's on your radar? Using reviews to gather good feedback and improve your business. Dealing with negative reviews. This is something I get a lot of, so I'll give you some tips around how to deal with some negative feedback that you might be receiving, and how to use reviews as social proof. It's a marriage. Online reputation and reviews go hand in hand together. We can't have a good online reputation and have bad reviews coming up for our business, and vice versa. So we want good reputation. We want people to be speaking good of us when we're not in the room. That is, we want to be doing good to achieve them. So we've still got to earn it. So what is online reputation management anyway? We are talking about feedback. So observing and influencing feedback about all of the digital channels and the digital assets that your brand exists on. So as we keep going through and look at this, we are talking about 3 key pillars. We've got social networks that have become still not as dominant as what a Google review, and we'll explain more about that. Or, for example, for those of you, there are some accommodation properties and some tourism businesses that are in the house and in the community. TripAdvisor was one of the first, review generated websites that came into play. But now with Google reviews and certainly with social networks, we have to spread the love. We can't put all of our review eggs in the one basket. So we have to have a cross section and a real fingers on the pulse about what is being said about us and what's not being said about us that we would like to be said. So that is what we will explore. We want more referrals. Let's be more referable. Okay, so that's the other R in reputation, that we have reviews, but also those wonderful referrals, because when, it's not about what we say, there's a lot more credibility when it's said that the advice is given on someone from someone else, and that is much more trusted than it is from us saying it ourselves. So let's have a deep snapshot. I had my daughter in this lockdown phase have some dental issues. So this is what I thought, okay, I don't know who will be open, and knowing that we had this coming up, I thought, well, what if I needed to search for a dentist in the Melton region? So my instinct would be Melton dentist, that I put into my Google search. Now you can see here, this is how Google presented dentists in the region and in the area to me. Now you can really see here now how it is presented. And can you see the stars and the star rating, how much they are highlighted under each business? Now, I don't know about you, but if you're looking for a service, it does play a role. So this is, you can see businesses that are perhaps more strategic in their online reputation management and really value the review system that Google presents. And then businesses that may not be looking at this, might be something that, like many of us can easily go into never. It's something that I've never thought about. So if like many, this is something, this is a time that business is affected because of all the restriction and what's going on. This is an excellent use of your time to really do a cleanup and see what's going on. How is a visitor searching you? How is Google presenting you? And how are you presenting next to other businesses? So you can see here how they are, how we can really visibly see the reviews next to the business, the business there. Now, in a recent study, 90% of consumers reading online reviews before they make a purchase, and 88% trust those reviews as much as they would a personal recommendation. So here is something by way of a follow-up email that made a difference to gaining some more reviews. And this is something that we've, in every business, particularly even at, going back to global and managing a hot air balloon business, that was something that really needed to be in a systems approach when delivering a hot air balloon flight can be different people every day, can be different, different staff, different team, different pilots, different crew. So we really needed a non-negotiable approach in how to deliver that. Now, as a service provider, I've put a template here as a follow-up email. So something, because like anything, and we've spoken before about the customer journey and really thinking about the journey as a before, during, and a lot of online reputation management has all of those three phases. But where we drop off is that third step of the post experience or the post service. And now it can be, now this is something, if we never ask, the answer will always be no. So if it's something, if we're not feeling comfortable, it's something that we have to think, and this is, particularly even for myself when I started my business, if it's not me, then who? If it's not now, then when? So if we start to understand the importance of ORM and just how vital reviews can be, the make or break between someone picking up the phone to call us, clicking to the buy now button, or the contact us to make contact, that we just go that extra mile to make sense. So these are just some suggestions that I'm giving and handing over to you at the moment for you to explore. Now, I've put something here by way of an evaluation. Now, I put the evaluation first, just in case there is feedback or there was something that wasn't, that wasn't NQR, and I welcome it. I mean, feedback is the breakfast of champions, right? How can we improve if we don't ask for it? And you'll get the same after this after this training and this webinar. I will be asking the same from you to always be building the muscle to make it valuable. But then put in, so everybody has their preferred method of where they like to go and feel comfortable to leave a review. So rather than just making it one, I put those three different assets of the Facebook, Google, and a LinkedIn recommendation. So that is something that I can do here, that I put all of those assets in there. And I call these, whether I've named these myself, and even in the new Navi Digital that we're launching, and with Tourism Tribe team that I've just recently joined, we're calling them review assets. What are the links that we need to quickly send people to? So today I had a digital coaching session, and straight away from my follow, I want it at the ready. Now, whether it's taken up or not, it's not going to be something that I'm going to push on, but I've got better chances of the link, of making it easy for my customer to link it, to pop the link there, than not to have it there at all. And them giving me an objection, telling me that, yes, I'm going to do this, and expecting them to hunt for my review link. Sometimes even as businesses, it's difficult to find where that is. So make sure you've got them in your back pocket, whether it's in the notes of your phone, or if you use a project management tool like Trello. That's where I've got all of my review assets. I call it review assets, where I've got all my links, and I've also got my social media stamp of all the different social media networks that I am. So here's a little, just giving you some ideas, and then you can take it and make it work for you. Make what makes it work best for you. Here's another way that you can look at it to automate the process. Now, something for those of you that do play in the TripAdvisor space. Now, I saw there was there's a couple like attractions and venues and accommodation. TripAdvisor has an excellent tool called Review Express, where you can like any one of your guests, you can bulk drop emails, and then it will automatically send them this lovely template. These are some good friends of mine that run winery tours, and that I took a clip of what they share to their passengers. So it's a set and forget. You set the template, you set the low, but it makes it easy that just in the one, in the body of the email, they can just go and hit 5 stars. So the less steps your customer has to take, the more increase in responses that you can get. So an incentive review, though, a good segue to this, is something we have to be careful of. If we have to be very careful that we're not offering cash, or we're not offering something in exchange for a 5-star review. Like, give me a 5-star review and I'll slip you 200 under the table. So that is like no. But there are parameters around that. So I've certainly exercised this, and I've trialed it in many different ways where we could give a freebie. And I've done this and it worked really well. So to bump up our reviews during our peak season, because then during the winter season, as a seasonal business, there would be we're not flying many people, so the reviews really die off. So anyone else in the room that is quite seasonal, and you want to kind of pump up, we would just do little campaigns. Or we say, okay, if you leave a review for us, and this would be over breakfast, that we could see that they've done it, and we wouldn't say 5-star. We would just say, if you could leave a review, however how was your experience, we'll give you your photos for free as a little gift. But it wasn't something that was advertised prior. It was something that we would do afterwards. Now, and that was be very, very careful in reading platform policies if you're going to do any type of campaigning type thing, just like you would a social media competition. So maximizing your Google My Business is to sign up and get an account and verify and lock and load your business of whether you've got a location or your product or service. If you have a business, we need to go here. But let me share with you here what you can do with your Google My Business is what I was sharing with you earlier, that you can create posts. The difference, though, and it's a big difference between being a social media tool, which is not, and the difference with Facebook, because on Facebook, that's not a platform you would always be going to promote your event and promoting your offer and promoting your product. Whereas in Google My Business, that's all they want you to do. They're only giving you the ability to post something that is directly related to a call to action. And to give you an example, this is when I had loaded a new Instagram marketing course for tourism. I can come in here, I loaded it on my website and see the call to actions. Everything is related to something that is promotional and something that will get you closer to a client. Do you love that? I love that. I think it's very underutilized. So let's talk about negative reviews for a sec here. So 63% of businesses these are all different studies from credible sources. So Inc. 63% saying that a business has never responded to their review. So we're talking about, we're not alone where we're saying we're never really looking at this stuff. I see it all the time. Reviews that have been left and are amazing, and the business not even going to give it a like, or not even, no action, crickets, silence. That also says a lot. Okay, so whether it's not top of radar, remember this is just acknowledgement. It's the same, and I may have shared that with you before. It's just like someone telling you, like Sadaf said, someone sending her an email in her inbox saying how amazing it is and not replying. It's the same if it's done online, but it's the same for negative. That's saying, like, and I've seen this, and maybe you've done it, where you're only responding to the positive and then freaking out that you don't know what to do for the negative, so say nothing. So one thing that I learned very early on in my digital journey was to reply to everything. Be kind, be cool, be appreciative, and reply to every review that comes your way, even if it's not true. And I'll share with you a little template of what I did in a circumstance like that as well. to responding, pay attention to your tone and have someone proof your response. That speaks volumes for the type of values and the type of business you are in how you know, and people can see that when other customers are in, and I'm sure as consumers we've seen that too. You can see when someone's been unreasonable. So paying attention, using the opportunity to show customers how you will handle mistakes, evaluating what happened, assess your situation. Push it down. So ask some of your raving fans to leave reviews. So if you've got a genuine negative review, what we want to do is go out to those, you know, to the ones that we know absolutely love your service and what you do, and reach out to your community for reviews. And we don't do it in a way that we say we've had a bad review and we want to get it down and get rid of it. It's more, you know, we're welcoming feedback. We're doing an overhaul of all of our reviews, and we'd love to seek some feedback and share your experience publicly with us, so that you can get some different ideas. And that's going to be part of some homework that I'm going to leave for you. So flag and report. This is something that I've just taken a screenshot of. That now this is not negative reviews, but I just wanted to show you that if it is something that's inappropriate, and it is, like Rebecca said earlier, something that it wasn't even a customer of yours, you would go in, flag it as inappropriate, but it doesn't automatically delete it from your review, from your reviews. So still go in and reply to it. So flag it as inappropriate and still address it. So here is a little template or something that I've penned and to share with you. So if it's a fake review, it's not a customer, you've looked at your files, we don't even know who you are, you haven't experienced our product or service, thank you for leaving a review. Looking at our records, we don't show you've been a client, customer, guest, passenger, whatever it is, how you address them, of ours. However, we encourage you to visit, book, purchase, and try us out so you can leave an honest review of your personal experience with us. All my best, Despina. So it's friendly, but it's firm, and it's letting people know, hey, this guy, this gal, this person hasn't actually experienced with us to go and leave a review like this. So I hope that's helpful, and that's something that you can keep in your little toolbox. Socials, giving love back. Your reviews also exist on your social pages. You are welcome. So when someone is leaving a review, sharing photos, that's not only amazing user generated content, it's also kind of that's something also worth you sharing the love. So or be mindful whether it is you need to go check your settings and check your notifications so you don't miss them. So we're coming to the end, my friends, with 2 minutes to go. So let's recap. We looked at what online reputation management is. We looked at why Google reviews are so critically important. We look at tips for getting more reviews. We looked at maximizing your Google reviews, dealing with negative reviews, and how to use reviews as social proof on other platforms to give them more life elsewhere. Time to take some action. You're going to get these slides. Step 1, I want you to go and claim your business on Google My Business and verify your account. Step 2, take action. Update all of your info. Add to your calendar for regular review and post. Step 3, email your top 10 raving fans with your new review assets and ask them to kindly leave a review, because it's so important for your business right now to let others know, you know, what a wonderful thing that you do or service that you provide. Go back and do an audit and respond. Even if it's 2 years ago, I want you to go back and respond to everything that everybody has said to you on your business profiles online. And step 5, go in and check your insights. So if it's Google My Business Insights or your Google Analytics Insight, and get to know your business intimately through data. It just speaks volumes. So you can learn more about where people are coming from, what they're clicking on, how long they're staying. There's just always a gold nugget you'll get to know through the data. And to leave you on the final note, your brand isn't what you say it is, it's what Google says it is.